Hey guys, Level Cap here, and today in gaming we got some new Battlefield 2042 Portal gameplay. The PGL CSGO Major was a massive success, BioWare teased Mass Effect 4, and much more. Before we get into today's news, just a quick heads up that it's Battlefield 2042's launch week. If you're new around here, get subscribed and enable notifications to catch my review of the game and more in-depth coverage. The official Battlefield Twitter account posted some new footage of 2042's Portal mode. It shows gameplay on Battle of the Bulge and El Alamein, primarily focused on infantry versus vehicle combat. The clips are very brief, but this shot of a bomber blowing up a church hints at some pretty devastating destruction. Portal will be available when 2042 officially launches. You can play early, provided that you've pre-ordered or have an EA Play subscription, starting on the 12th. This weekend, CSGO PGL Stockholm Major Tournament shattered viewer records. The final match between Na'Vi and G2 peaked at an insane 2.57 million viewers, and that's excluding Chinese viewers. The event broke viewership records all weekend, but the final match broke the previous record of 1.3 million viewers set during 2018's Boston Major. As for the final match itself, Na'Vi managed to mount a comeback after being down 14-7 on Nuke. The match went to double overtime. Na'Vi's star players, Simple and Electronic, carried their team to victory with a series of excellent plays. And before going into overtime, G2 had an opportunity to close out the map, but their lead fragger Nico whiffed on an easy deagle kill on Simple, giving Na'Vi the round. It's the first major win for Na'Vi, and this win is particularly special for Simple, who has been one of the game's top players since 2014. It's his first major title after years of MVP performances across multiple high-profile tournaments. This was only the second CSGO LAN event since the pandemic started. For the past 3 years, it seemed like CSGO's popularity was on the decline. Competition from Valorant and other esports titles seemed to be taking a toll, but it's safe to say that CSGO is as popular as ever after this major. BioWare released a new teaser for Mass Effect 4. It's a key art image showing an impact crater and a ship landed nearby. On closer inspection, it's pretty clearly a teaser of the Geth, one of the primary antagonists in the previous game. Mass Effect 4 is a direct sequel to Mass Effect 3 and represents a refocused effort at BioWare to deliver a proper entry in the franchise. Mass Effect Andromeda failed to achieve the critical and commercial success of the previous games. That, combined with the biblical failure of Anthem, led to a massive shift in BioWare's workflow. Hopefully, the fruits of those changes will come to bear with Mass Effect 4. The key art also includes some hints about the rest of the game's cast. A landing party of 3 humans wearing similar armor to the humans in Andromeda and a Krogan are seen exiting the ship. A Geth corpse might be lying to the side of the crater. The crater itself looks like it has something metallic at its center. This might be a Geth ship, or perhaps an impact that exposes something underneath the planet's surface. And the ship stands out for a few reasons. It's a new design that BioWare haven't teased before. It has SFX written on it, which is a nod to the original codename for Mass Effect 1. This is probably the ship you'll be flying through the galaxy, since BioWare have already teased a planetary landing vessel called the Mudskipper. It's also entirely possible that you might have multiple all-purpose ships. Elden Ring will have a weird mix of cutting-edge tech and performance limitations on PC. It'll offer ray tracing and HDR on PC. Unfortunately, it'll have a 60 FPS cap and a maximum resolution of 4K. Dark Souls 3 had limitations as well, but I think you can pretty much expect mods to unlock the full FPS for this game on day one. And while these limitations are frustrating considering modern PC hardware has all the power in the world, it's a big step up from Dark Souls 1. That game was so broken on PC that mods are probably the only reason it found mainstream success outside of the console versions. From Software have gotten much better with their PC ports since then and are generally pretty tolerant of modding. Forza Horizon 5 is only available for premium pre-order players, and it's already racked up 800,000 players. The game officially launches tomorrow, but went live for select pre-order players a few days ago. It's proving to be a massive hit, with critics who praise the game's visuals and accessible gameplay. Rumors about Nvidia's next-generation GPU sound pretty insane. One hardware leaker says the RTX 4000 series GPUs will double performance while consuming double the power. That means a top-end RTX 4090 could draw in excess of 640 watts. That's more than most modern PCs draw total. And to power a beast like that, you're going to need a crazy power supply as well that can handle 1000 watts minimum. With a claim this wild, it's important to keep in mind that this is all speculation. Nvidia haven't doubled performance from one generation to the next for a very, very long time. That said, the RTX 30 series is basically twice as fast as the 20 series when it comes to ray tracing performance, so who really knows? It's also worth noting that the RTX 3080 nearly doubled the power draw over the GTX 1080. The PCIe Gen 5 power connector we expect to see on the 40 series GPUs can deliver up to 600 watts with a single cable, so a card that draws around that much doesn't seem improbable. PlayStation head of indie titles and former Sony Interactive president Shuhei Yoshida tweeted a picture of Horizon Zero Dawn running on a Steam Deck. That's Valve's upcoming portable PC console. This doesn't mean that Valve and Sony are working directly together on Steam Deck's compatibility for Sony's first-party titles, but it's a promising sign that the portable console will pack plenty of punch. Horizon is a performance-hungry title that can be cranked to pretty absurd levels of fidelity. The screenshot of it running on the Steam Deck shows some obvious signs of reduced settings, but considering the game ran at a pretty rock-solid 30 FPS and 4K on the PlayStation 4 Pro, we'd expect a decent presentation even on the Steam Deck's meager hardware. In other PlayStation news, a hacker group claims to have cracked the PlayStation 5 security. Fail Overflow previously cracked the PlayStation 3. They posted evidence of successfully hacking a PlayStation 5 to access its root key. This may lead to custom software that lets you jailbreak your PlayStation 5. But it's also pretty likely Sony will deploy a firmware update that patches whatever exploit the hackers are using to gain access. Any PlayStation 5 running older firmware could be highly sought after by modders for this reason. It could also spur a race to crack future firmware updates. Before we get to our final story today, I just wanted to say thanks for tuning in. We hope your week is off to a good start, and we'll see you again real soon with more Battlefield 2042 launch week coverage. The classic Metal Gear Solid titles have been removed from digital stores temporarily as Konami works to renew the license for archival footage found in-game. Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 and the HD collection have all disappeared from sale during the process. Konami hasn't said how long they expect this process to take. And that wraps it up for Today in Gaming. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap, signing off.